Good morning. My name is Joanne. I'm 47 years old. At 5 years old was the last time I was in Haiti. I have lived in U.S. all my life. I was forced to be living back in Haiti due to deportation. My life here is not stable, is uncivilized. I'm seeking the community's support and help to relocate to a better place where I can find work, housing, and the basics of life. Anyone that can help me, it would be gladly appreciated. Since being in Haiti, I've suffered from depression and PTSD. I was raped on the first week I got here. There's no security, there's no law, there's no police, there's no government that can help me to be safe. My only way out is if I leave. So please, if anyone out there is hearing this, help me to relocate. Thank you.
All right, y'all, what's good? All right, for those that are curious about my new living situation, so I moved to Luang Prabang. This is where I work at. Stop by and see me. That's my little reception area. We closed right now. We're already closed for the night. Little parking area here. Spots to relax. We run a little shuttle in the morning and late afternoon to the night market. Got a little gym area right here. I've actually been working out for the past couple of days. Nothing too heavy, Fellow American here from Texas. Say what's up, bro.
Hey, what's the deal, man? We out here for real.
Alright. That's the kitchen area. I cook at night. Through there is gonna be our little cafe and everything. Swimming pool in the back, well, just above that little red area right there. That's some dormitories. Alright. Basically got a personal bathroom here. That's dope. Alright. Check out my spot though. Made a little homie, you know what I'm saying? Finally hooked that up. Bed's alright. It ain't too comfortable, but it's cool. And then I got a little fan back here. I dry my clothes, y'all. I could dry it outside in the daytime, but it'd be too.
Imagine working for years in a country, building a life, paying taxes, supporting a family, and then one day it's all gone. No warning, no savings, no way back. Thousands of immigrants say they were left deported, broke, and forgotten. Today we are looking at their stories and the financial struggles many face after deportation. Watch these clips and then I'll come back with more comments.
My first year after being deported, this is exactly how I washed. This is what I did. This is how I had to wash to get my clothes washed. When I first got here, my first year here, I struggled, y'all. I lived in a very humble house. I had to wash my clothes once a week. I had to learn how to live a completely new life because the life that I had in the United States was not what I had here. I no longer had a washer machine. I no longer had the things that I was so accustomed to. And yeah, I know that's all my fault, y'all. So please let's not go with well, you should have behaved good. Yeah, I understand that. Anyways, so I learned a new way of life. And this was one of the things that I had to learn how to do, was wash en un lavandero. And this is it. This is how people in Central America, most people in Central America wash their clothes. And I'm not judging at all. But yeah, I just wanted to share that little piece with you guys.
Girl, this the kitchen right here where people cook. You probably can't see it good. It's the kitchen, girl. And girl, let me show you the bathroom. This where you take a shower at. And let me show you where you use the bathroom at. You see that hole? Okay. Now, this where this young lady and her son, she pregnant. She let me stay until I can get out of here or get on my feet. Look. Girl, look. This her son. We all sleep on one bed. Life is hard up here, girl. This shit is crazy.
Do you think deported immigrants should get support when they return home? Let's talk respectively. So, immigration is one of the most complicated and emotional topics in the world. But behind the politics and the headlines, there are real people dealing with very real financial problems. When someone is deported, they don't just lose a place in life. They often lose their jobs, their savings, their credit history, their support network, and sometimes even their family. Most immigrants say families are grown dependent on them, but when they get deported, everything changes overnight. Bank account frozen, jobs gone, and once you return home, no savings left. Now you have to work small jobs just to survive.
Life hack number one after deportation, US based companies will hire you from abroad to avoid paying minimum wage to somebody in the US. There are literally US companies that will prefer to hire deported migrants with perfect English speaking skills and experience in the US labor force over hiring somebody that lives in the US because they can pay a cheaper salary. That salary in USD for most foreigners is going to be higher than they would receive from any local company that would hire them. The first company that hired me after my deportation without any criminal background check was a call center based out of, ironically, Utah, which is where I was deported from, receiving inbound customer service phone calls. The second company was based out of San Jose, California. It was a health insurance brokerage for small businesses. They paid me $2,500 a month to process health insurance onboarding for small businesses. The third company was also a brokerage firm, hired me without any background check. That one paid me $12.50 an hour. Worked for attorneys, real estate agents, universities, law firms, independent contractors that all do the same thing. They seek cheaper labor from foreigners, hire them as independent contractors. No, you don't need work authorization in the US. No, you don't need a social.
Just 3 miles across the border from San Diego, deportees in Tijuana are starting a new life. Among them is Juan Carlos. Just 1 month ago, he stopped at an LA area Home Depot on his way to his construction job.
As soon as I saw them, I tried to run. I ran.
Oh my God!
His arrest was captured on cell phone video.
This is so sad!
This is just me. This is the federal, the ICE. In Los Angeles.
Los Angeles gave me many things. It gave me opportunities. It gave me another kind of life.
Juan Carlos lived in the U.S. for 19 years.
We've met so many people who've been snatched up off the streets across the country, disappear into the void, and then they reappear in a country that they don't know anything about.
The Mexican government set up shelters, preparing for a massive wave of deportees. This one used to be an event space.
What is the capacity here? And are these shelters here filling up?
There's been 100 people that have been inside of the shelter, but the capacity of the shelter is around like 3,000 people.
Priscilla Rivas helps the newly deported figure out where they're going to live and work and how to contact their loved ones. But she says there's a lack of resources for many.
There's flights going to Tapachula, to the southern border of Mexico. So, I mean, what happens to the folks that are being deported to other places?
Even as ICE agents get more aggressive with their tactics, the mass deportations Trump promised haven't materialized. Uliser is a Cuban immigrant, one the Trump administration might consider the worst of the worst. At 15, he shot someone to death and spent the next 19 years in a U.S. prison.
Americans will look at you and say, you're the bad one that we should be deporting.
Right. When I was in prison, I did a lot of reflection, and I felt remorse and guilt because part of that decision they're making of going after immigrants is because people like myself, you know, when I was making bad choices, they use that excuse just to target the folks that are actually working and trying to have a better life.
So people are looking at you and the choices you made and saying, well, they're all bad then.
Yeah.
And that's not fair.
That's not fair.
He says he chose to self-deport. Others told us they would like to come back to the U.S., but with tight restrictions, they worry the only way across the border would be illegal and costly. Adam Yamaguchi, CBS News, Tijuana, Mexico.
But losing money isn't the only problem here. For many deported immigrants, the real struggle begins after they return home. Many people assume deportation simply means going back to your country or even home. But in reality, deported immigrants return to countries where jobs are extremely limited, wages are very low, and opportunities are scarce. Some even return to places they have never lived even as children. Imagine trying to start over in a place that no longer feels like home. Several immigrants say the hardest part isn't just the journey, it is the feeling of being forgotten. Many deported immigrants struggle with debts, mental stress, family separation, and rebuilding their lives can take years and even decades. So when someone is deported, it doesn't just affect them, it also affects the families that are left behind. Most children grow up without parents, partners lose financial support, and the entire household suddenly face financial uncertainty. So, despite all of this, of course, immigration laws exist for a reason. Every country has the right to enforce its policies, but the human side of deportation often doesn't make the headlines. And that's what this story is trying to show us. So the question many people ask is, what happens after deportation? Should governments provide reintegration programs? Should communities offer support, or is it simply up to individuals to rebuild their lives? And there is no easy answer to this. So what this story reminds us is that immigration isn't just about policies or politics, it's about people. People trying to work, support their families, and build a better life. Sometimes that future doesn't go the way they planned. So, this question is for you, my audience. What do you think about this? Do deported immigrants face unfamiliar financial struggles, or should the responsibility fall entirely on them? Let's keep the conversation respectful in the comment section, and if you want more real stories about immigration, global issues, and human side of news, subscribe and join our family. Make sure you turn on the notification bell so that you get notified. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.